And it will bring up Grant Kay against Miller. Miller into this game with a 2.51 ERA. This is appearance number 11 for him, which is tied with Crosby for the most on the team. He's struck out 16 and walked 4 in 14 of the third innings of work. Batters hitting 154 against Miller this year. He's been impressive this season. He'll face Kay, who is 0 for 3 in today's game and 0 for his last 7 at the plate dating back to last night. Cooling off a bit after his scorching start to his Canaries career. Righty on righty, Miller fires and Kay swings through a 95-mile-per-hour fastball to run the count to 0-1. Hard on first base, nobody out. Canaries trailing 12-10. Here in the 7th frame, we do have a word of a scoring change, a passed ball on that unusual strikeout that allowed Turdoslavich to score. That just came through, so that is now an unearned run against blank. Third Canary pitcher. Miller the 4th Chicago Dog to take the mound today. He holds the set, righty on righty, the 0-1 pitch. Low, ball and a strike. The Dog starter Butler went 4 1/3. Gave up 7 runs, 4 of which were earned on 7 hits, walking 1, striking out 3, and hitting a batter. Miller pitches. Kay takes low and outside to run the count to 2 balls and a strike. This is when the birdcage, I think, is at its most photogenic this time of day. Glow hour, as they call it. The 2-1 pitch. Low and outside, count is 3-1. Everything just seems to have a layer of sunshine when the sun is about to set. You know what I'm talking about. The green trees, even the Buffalo Wild Wings looks poetic over the right field wall. The 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 3-2. And of course, the twin spires of the Cathedral over the left center field wall. I know Father James Morgan at the Cathedral is a Canaries fan. If you're listening, thanks for tuning in. Runner on first base and nobody out. The 3-2. Low and outside, ball 4. 2 on, nobody out. Hart hit with the pitch, then the pitching change. And Grant Kay works a walk. And now it's Ryan Brett's turn for the Canaries.
It was a really nice at-bat for Grant Kay. He looked a little off balance against Miller and then able to take some tough pitches and work the walk.
So he's aboard for the first time today. First and second, nobody out. Righty on righty as Brett comes in. Chicago puts the corners in case he decides to lay down a sac bunt, and now he shows bunt as Miller comes set. The pitch is bunted in the air behind the plate. Garrett Hope, the catcher, makes the catch with his mask in his other hand, and Ryan Brett pops out for out number 1. So he tries to lay down the sac bunt, but pops out behind the plate. That's the first out of the bottom of the 7th. That's tough for Brett. Trying to move the runners up, cannot. Birds down 2 with first and second and 1 out. Brings up Ryan Long. Long walked him a third. Back-to-back singles since then. The right-hander Miller delivers. Long swings through a 95-mile-per-hour heater upstairs. It's 0-1. Hard on second. Kay on first. Good speed on the base paths. Grant Kay has good speed from what we've seen. Awaiting an 0-1. Miller delivers. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Another heater. Here's my fastball, he says. So long behind the count, 0-2. Casey Huth on deck. It's 12-10 Chicago. Bottom of the 7th. Last Canary lead was 8-7. That came in the 5th. Before that game was tied at 3, just to give you a sense of the back and forth we've had. The 0-2 to Long is up and away, 1-2. This is the final game of a 3-game series. This game means a lot to both of these teams. Birds are trying to get their first Sunday win of the year and trying to get their second rubber game win of the season. They're 1-3 in rubber games. Miller crouched slightly, looks at second base and pitches. And long swings and misses. Another fastball, and that's out number 2. Miller's fastball working well. Long strikes out, and it's up to Casey Huth here.
Now batting the center fielder, number 2, Casey Huth.
Huth singled in the 3rd, drove in a run. 2-run homer off the top of the left field wall in the 5th. His last time up, he popped out with a couple of runners on. Pretty similar spot to this, only was with 1 out that time. 1st and 2nd and 2 out here. Miller ready to go. Pitches to Huth. Swing and a miss, 96 that time. Can anybody get around on Miller's fastball right now? The right-hander looks at Hart, locks eyes with him for a moment, now pitches. Huth looks at a pitch low and outside, 95 on that. A deep breath, as is customary from Casey Huth. Miller ready to go. Big at-bat in this game. The 1-1. A chopper left side foul. That was the curveball, 1-2. Huth appeared to be sitting on that fastball. Looked a little bit behind, but did a great job to spoil it. And Miller stares in. A returning player on this Dogs roster with the team for 9 appearances last year. One-two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Sometimes the heater is just too hot. Ryan Brett tries to lay down the bunt. He pops out, and then back-to-back strikeouts.